Hello everyone, welcome to your last chapter of the semester, which is Value Returning Functions. This is a chapter that starts to teach you how to code for sections of code that might be used repetitively, and that way you can put them in a function and call them as needed in a program. So you're on page 323, program 17. Let's talk about this. So you have a program that should display the gross pay for one or more employees. And that statement right there tells you you're going to have a program that loops as long as someone is entering employee information. The program should allow the user to enter the number of hours, hint, that's an input, and the hourly pay rate, hint, that's an input, and use a negative sentinel value to stop the program. So basically that means any negative number, usually -1 is used, will stop the program. Employees are paid at their regular pay rate if they work 1 through 37 hours. They are paid at time and a half for the hours worked from 38 to 50 and double time for the hours worked over 50. And the program-defined function is just for the overtime pay. So you're gonna see me look over to my right, and I'm going to give you some hints as I have the code for this already in place. So you're looking at having 4 variables: hours worked, pay rate, overtime pay, and gross pay. All variables would be double. And you're going to ask for the hours worked. And if they put in a negative number, your program should end. It shouldn't do anything else. It should end. If they put above a negative number, even 0 would mean they worked 0 hours and got 0 pay. Okay, so while the hours are greater than or equal to 0, the first thing you will do is calculate the normal pay. So if they worked over 37 hours, isn't that correct? Yes, if they work 1 through 37 hours, you're going to calculate a gross pay. Then you ask if it's over 37 hours. That means that they worked overtime. And if they did, you're going to then call the function. You do that by saying, for instance, in my example, I called it overtime equal get overtime. Get overtime is my function where I send the hours worked and the pay rate. So I'm going to send the total hours worked if it's 50 and the hourly rate, maybe they made $10 an hour, to my function. And when it comes back, I'm going to add that overtime amount to the gross pay I have already calculated from the base rate. And then I'm going to put out a total. It doesn't ask for gross pay. It doesn't ask for base rate and overtime. It asks for gross pay. That's what the instructions say. And then you put all that out, and then you have your function. Your function goes at the end. And in the function, mine is called get overtime. I'm going to have a locally defined variable there called extra pay. And extra pay is what I'm calculating based on the overtime hours. So if the hours are over 50, I'm going to do double time pay. And if the hours are 37 to 50, I'm going to do something else. So you're going to still have to break that out. So for the hours from 38 to 50, you have a calculation. And then you have another calculation if they worked over 50. All of this can be done in the same function. It might sound a little confusing to you the way I'm doing it now. So what I hope to do is to give you, I've given you this little talk. Try to sit down and put this together in your head. And then look for, as we go, hints as the week comes. I'll try to put you some hints out there. May go ahead and do it today since I have to go out of town. But that's how that program works. So again, you're going to have inputs of what the user enters, only what the user enters. The Sentinel value is entered, but you don't have to call it a Sentinel value. It's just going to be the hours worked. Make sure you're documenting your program. Most of you are doing really good on documentation. Make sure you're doing that very well. I think the hint that I'm going to give you is going to be on what the function should look like, because I understand that can be confusing at first. So I'll put the hint out there for what the function looks like. Okay, and I'll do another one on spot the bugs. So have a great day.